So I've been living on my own alone now in Charlotte, North Carolina since October of 2025. This is the first time in my life where I've ever not lived with anybody, been totally out there by myself. And this is what I've learned so far. I think the obvious place to kind of start is the expectations versus the realities of living by yourself. I think it's super easy to think that living by yourself is this ultimate freedom thing. And don't get me wrong, that definitely is true. However, that does not mean it does not come with trade-offs. I left my hometown really because of a job opportunity. I took the job opportunity while I was living in my hometown. I was driving an unbelievable amount, burning out to tell you the truth. So for me, it was a really obvious kind of career-driven move. And I feel like for a lot of people, that's their first time moving out, is it's motivated by that like post-grad kind of figuring it out life. For me, I went to college in my hometown, so I never really had left. And I definitely leapt at the opportunity to move out on my own. But the reality of living by yourself is it is everything that you kind of imagine. It is the ability to do kind of whatever you want, but it also means that all of the responsibility is your own. There's nobody to go splitsies on you with the light bill. If you don't take the trash out, that's your problem, and you're gonna have to be the one who deals with that. Don't get my words mixed up. Living alone is awesome, and it is that ultimate freedom feeling. For me, some stuff that I learned really quick after moving out was really just how long all of the like adulting things takes. You wanna go grocery shopping, that's gonna be 45 minutes of your day between driving there, picking stuff out, and that's if you're kind of moving quick. Making dinner takes a long time. I mean, I try and allocate like at least an hour from start to finish. You have to figure out all of these life skills, man. Like there's more to cleaning your space than just like putting everything in a drawer and vacuuming. And there's more to trying to eat like a regular adult than just like throwing something into a microwave. These core competency life skills don't just kind of grow on trees. They don't just happen. You have to put the effort in, put the time in, and figure it out for yourself. Growing up, I didn't realize any of these things. Like you don't realize how much goes into just keeping a household operating on a month-to-month basis. And that's not even really talking about the financial piece, which there's obviously that too. It's definitely not all sunshine and rainbows. There are absolutely some difficult things that exist in the living alone process. There's obviously the financial aspect. There absolutely is a cost to living on your own. You know, you don't split payments with anybody. It's my job to make sure that all of the stuff that I need in a month-to-month, week-to-week, yearly basis is here and is paid for responsibly and that sort of thing. I wouldn't really call that a difficult thing to get used to, but it is something that is just real. Cost obviously in today's world is tough, but it is just a reality. Also, man, loneliness is a real thing when living alone. In my hometown, I grew up obviously with my family and friends are around and that sort of thing. And obviously like you move to a new place and you make your own friends and whatever, but you don't get to just go home and like your family's there anymore. It is something that is real, you know, and it's something to take into consideration if you're considering moving out for the first time. Is you'll be in the majority of my afternoons are spent sitting on my couch watching, you know, TV or YouTube videos or whatever. That's just kind of the reality. It's a lot of time being by yourself. And so if you're not comfortable with that, I would take that into consideration whenever even thinking about living on your own. So those are some of the honestly difficult things about living on my own. Now, if you made it this far in the video, this is exactly what I would tell you if you're considering moving out for the first time. The number one thing is to just be comfortable and confident with the fact that you're gonna be by yourself. Don't distract yourself from that concept. Don't psych yourself out because of that concept. Just embrace it. It's going to be your space. Do with it what you want. It's your time. Do with it what you want. It's your life. Do with it what you want. That's the kind of mentality that I think you have to have if you're going to live on your own, taking advantage of it rather than it taking advantage of you. What I remind myself of all the time is that this era of me kind of like living by myself in my early 20s is going to be a part of my life that whenever I'm old, I'll look back on and smile. The first thing I think I'll feel is proud and pride in myself for just taking a leap and taking a risk and doing something on my own. The second thing is I would start putting in place a somewhat of a routine that you're going to try and follow and try and emulate whenever you get into your apartment. I would say strong points in my week-to-week routine is I have a pretty set Sunday reset routine that I do. I really try to not give away my Sundays if I can, and with that I'm able to do my weekly meal prep. And then my after work routine is pretty standard as well. I'll make dinner, throw on a record or two, just something super chill. Like I said, it doesn't have to be like a David Goggins kind of routine, just something to keep your brain structured and your life structured. And lastly, it's not supposed to be easy. get that into your brain. If what you're doing in your day-to-day life is easy and monotonous, you're not growing. And that feeling, at least for me, is like the worst feeling that you can kind of have, at least in this stage of my life. What I'm chasing and what I've been chasing is development, like figuring out who I am, what I do, how I fit in on the planet, whatever. That process innately is difficult. You have to meet yourself with conflict and challenge and those sorts of things in order to push through. So living on your own for the first time is not supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to be something that's super dead simple and straightforward and you can watch a YouTube tutorial and figure out how to do it, even though I guess that's kind of what I'm making here. But the whole point is it's not supposed to be easy. So if you're going through the process of trying to figure out how to move out for your first time, and especially if you're trying to figure out how to live alone, and that process feels difficult to you, my opinion is that's a good thing. And it's probably the right decision to take the leap. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. My name's Austin. I'm a photographer and videographer living here in Charlotte, North Carolina. If you like this video, please drop me a like, follow, subscribe. I appreciate you so much if you made it this far in the video. And with all that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.